Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Mission in DCS World. We're going to continue on with our new training server or mission server, however you want to do it. It's sort of going to be an all-in-one. For those of you who haven't caught on, the copy of each of these missions at the end of each episode will be posted on my Patreon site if you guys are interested in giving them a shot. You can follow along, grab anything that's included with them. Any mission scripts or triggers will obviously be included with them as well. So be sure to consider subscribing to Patreon so you guys have access to that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into today's video. All right, in the previous video, I showed you guys how to create a map template as well as a group template for specific groups or an entire area, for example. This map was built and saved as a template, so I could load up a brand new clean slate of Syria and very quickly add every single one of these objects in as you see them here. Now, the one thing I did not do or display on the previous video is I have removed all the aircraft from this map. This was a map that I found online that somebody had been kind enough to, from the Digital Combat Simulator website, to sort of place a bunch of units already down, a bunch of structures in different cities and towns, things that can be used as targets or, insurgent points. And so, I've decided to build off of this. And, I just figured it was a nice way to start. One thing I did want to do, though, is I wiped out, like I said, all of the aircraft, helicopters, and fast movers alike, and we're going to be starting from scratch. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be populating a couple of these bases here, and the first thing we need to do is just sort of create some support group templates, trucks, fire trucks, gas trucks, fuel trucks, support trucks, things of that nature. And so we're going to do that and create a group, and we're going to start with this little airbase down here, something small, and we're not going to place them all around at first. The first thing I want to do is just sort of create a supply group. So we're just going to drop any vehicle down right now. And we're going to call this, let's see here, just call this large supply group. And we'll even call it large supply 1. Who knows, we may decide to mix it up later on in life and change it up a bit. So we're going to start with unarmed, and let's see what we got. Well, the Jimmy isn't going to work, or the Willie, excuse me, that's World War II. So let's see, how do we do this again? Been a while since I've done this. I know we can filter... Oh, there we go. Wait, 2016. Cool, there we go. Perfect. Now that's supposed to get rid of the Jeep. The Jeep shouldn't be a part of, I wouldn't think, 2016 and above. Let's see what our options are. So we got vehicle group and just the two. I'll say some modern day supply. All right. Well, maybe if we change that. Nope, it's still there. That's okay though. So we do want a couple of fire trucks, right? A couple of firefighters. So let's add a couple of these. Okay, and what you want to do is as you start laying them down, what I recommend doing is make sure you're on edit. That way you don't start creating waypoints. You don't want to do that. It's just sort of start putting them together. They don't have to be perfect because you're going to move them around your base as you move around. Oh, so that's deemed Unit 1. Unit 1 will always move the entire group. But we're sort of going to create a few of these. So let's add a couple more. Okay, so we got, let's see, what was that? Six fire trucks. All right, so now let's add one more vehicle, but let's change it to some Humvees. Definitely gonna need some Humvees on the base. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or so of these. And again, same thing, just sort of bring them on down side by side. Because remember, as we save the template, they're going to spawn in the position that we set them in here. So it makes it real easy when you lay them out like this to sort of distribute them around your base. Let's see here. Is that all of them? Okay, so let's see. We've got so far 6 fire trucks. We've got, actually I think more than that. I think we have 8 Humvees. Maybe a couple more Humvees. There's Humvees all over the place, right? On an airbase. So let's do, maybe do 2 of them. 2 rows. So we'll do a total of 16. So let's grab, what do we need? 5 more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can make these groups huge. Like I said, this is, we named this a large supply group for a reason. Oh, look at this little guy stinking in there. That little devil. Alright, so let's bring that guy in there. Bring that guy in there. Bring that one here. And this one here. Okay, so looking good. I always zoom out a little bit in case we miss one. Is it just me or is that like driving me crazy? I feel like we need another one of these. Let's just add one. There we go. It just was driving me crazy and like OCD was starting to tick in there. Okay, so now let's come back down to our Humvees and let's see what we got next. So now, all right, so we got some Jeeps, we got some fire trucks. What else do we need? A Predator UAV command center, I'm assuming. Well, maybe we'll worry about that at a later time. Let's start with some refuel tanks. Oh, I changed the wrong one. I see what I did there. What was that? That was a Jeep. So let's add another one. There we go. Move him off and then go with our refueler. So we obviously have quite a few jets. So let's start with 5. I don't know how many we're going to have here. This is a smaller base, but we still want a couple of fuel trucks. Let's see how big our base is. And that's the thing. You don't want to sort of proportion it, right? Because we're going to be scattering them around a little bit. Make it kind of fun. Okay. So we got here 5. Yeah, let's just do another one. Keep those even numbers, right? All right. And so now let's see what we got next. Let's do one more vehicle, and this one will be changing. Let's see what we got. Just a truck. There we go. Lots of trucks. We need supply trucks. So we're going to be putting supply trucks all over the place. So let's just crank it. So what do you guys think? We're at 30 units so far in this group. I'm thinking at least 15 of these guys. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. Da-da-da. All right. So then again, like I said, bring them on down. That's 4 there. There's 5. Start lining them up here. Am I going to grab the right guy? Yep. Cool. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to scatter these all over the place here. Just to sort of add some life. Now, the thing about these ones is we're going to be treating them more like static units, right? So we're not going to be doing patrol groups. If you want to do patrol groups, I would recommend creating a separate template for them. Because you're not going to want all of these vehicles moving all over the place. A, it's going to make your map extremely busy, and sometimes can be sort of detrimental to the performance of the simulator. So keep that in mind. You know, depending on what kind of environment you're running there. But let's see here. So what do we got? We got our fuel trucks. We got our supply trucks. We got fire trucks. And then now maybe some personnel, right? We're going to need some personnel. So let's again add one more unit. And this is where things change a bit. We're going to come up here to where it says unarmed. And we're going to change this to infantry. And I believe they are in here. Unless they've changed something. Well, we could add some infantry actually. But we obviously don't want the M1 Grand. Let's change it to the M4. And this is where this can be a real PIA, because you have to watch where the soldiers lie. Oh, well, they're going to drop right there, so I guess that works. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, be cautious in how many you do, because it can be a real pain in the backside as you do this. But it's a nice, easy way. The first time is always the worst. Right, as you're creating the groups, always the hardest. And you don't have to pick any specific number. Oh, there we go. It's totally up to you how many you have. It's your little mission. Just a happy little soldier over here. You know, maybe this little soldier guy, you know, he's hanging out with the little bushes, you know, building a tree. And putting a cabin, you know, somewhere where it absolutely has no business being, and you know, just happy little clouds, because it's your forest, right? No one can tell us what to do with your forest. Whoa, sorry. Anyway, the sad part is I actually do oil paintings. Anyway, for anyone who caught that reference. And for anyone who didn't, I just dated myself. So fantastic. And I'm only in my 30s, so what does that tell you? Let's see here. So let's do a few more. Are they... Okay, yeah, I was like, did it put them there? Alright, the soldiers are kind of the pain in the rear ones. Okay. Alright, I think we got what we needed here. Alright, so that's good enough. Definitely a good place to start. You can throw some M249s in there if you want. But let's just start here. You guys catch the gist here. So again, we call this large supply 1. And you can go through and name all of these if you choose. It's really neither here nor there for you guys. It's totally up to you. But let's go ahead and save this group. So we're going to go to Edit. We're going to go to Add Template. And large supply 1. And that's actually going to be the name. And we're going to save template. Okay. And so now, let's start scattering some things around here. So, well, before we start scattering this, let's take a look at making an outpost. Now, this one I've already done. So let's see here. At least I did it a long time ago. It should still be here. Outpost ground. There should be an outpost road. Oh, no, that's outpost ground crew. You know what? That might be what I did. I think I just created the ground units. Oh, yeah, that would have made sense because I would have had to. So let's start here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our static group here. And let's see here. We don't want a subsidiary structure. We want an outpost. Where are you? And I think it's under road outpost. It should be under structures. What am I missing here? Oh, what happened here? I'm thinking they moved it. All right, let's check another one. So we have ground vehicle structures. Shouldn't be warehouses. That wouldn't even make sense. No. Planes, personnel, LTA vehicles, heliports, helicopters, ground vehicles, effects, cargo, animals, airfield, and deck equipment. Ooh, what do we have here? Oh, we can put this on the runways. Probably not completely accurate. This is more, I think most of this belongs on a carrier, but hey, what the hell? Structures, let's go back in here again. Where's my outpost? Ooh, I forgot about the portable tack end. Oh my gosh, that just made me so happy. Anyway, you can tell it's been a while since I've made a mission. That's why we're doing this. Generator F, generator A, hangar A, haystack, landmine, mark flag. Come on, guys, shout it out to me. Military staff, oil. I swear it was called road outpost. Small warehouse, warehouse, subsidiary structure 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. Supermarket, tech combined. Those are big O, like a factory is what those are. WC, that's not going to be it. No. Windsock, workshop A. What? Did they get rid of it? Why would they get rid of it? Okay, this thing was critical here, guys. We'll definitely find it. Hang on. I can't. I'm not surrendering to the idea that they got rid of that. That would make no sense whatsoever unless... Let's pull that back. Hang on a second. That might have been part of it. Okay, so it was the 2016 filter that was causing the problems. I was like, there's no way they'd get rid of that. All right, so let's drop our road outpost here. And this one you want to label. Always label your road outpost. That way you know where they are. So we're going to call this one... What is this? Megiddo outpost. I recommend always doing underscores whenever you're titling things like this, because when you double click it, like if you're copying it to Notepad or something, if you double click it, it'll copy the entire thing because it's technically one word. All right, let's bring this around. And we're going to put this guy more or less right here, right? It's pretty close. Now, here's where some of these templates come into play. That's where it comes in really handy, right? And you know what I just thought about? Is this the base that I wanted to keep? Yeah, okay, we're good. Want to make sure. There was one that I wanted to make red. I was making sure I wasn't getting ahead of myself. Okay, so we're going to go to, again, edit, add template. And let's take a look at outpost ground. Check this out. Pow! Okay, and so this is literally everything you need to set up a nice... Oh, wait, let's find unit 1. We need to find unit 1. Always find your first unit first and move him. So, like, man, that's why. So we'll put, like, the Humvee right here, okay? We'll take our tank, move him, whoop, right, ready to blast anybody who comes down the pipeline here. We got a Vulcan, so an anti-aircraft Gatling gun. We don't want him too close, right? We don't want, let's see here, where do we want? Let's put him over here. We want to make sure that they don't get in too tight here. The truck, you can do a couple different things with it. You can part on the side, put it, well, I mean, really, you can put it wherever you want. But these are things I like to do, that sort of put it here, right? Put a couple of soldiers right here. Now, you can take the time to face them if you want. I am hit and miss on that because, I mean, if you're low enough where you're seeing how they're facing, well, you know, you're probably in a little bit of trouble there at that point if you're that low. Not quite sure what this third guy was. I think he was like right here. I think I had him out here next to the gate. Okay, and boom, there. Now you got a real quick outpost, okay, with a anti-aircraft defense, and we could even move it a little bit closer. He was a little far away from his buddies. He gets lonely out there. The radios don't work over here. Dude, I could totally be the Bob Ross of DCS. I'm just saying. Okay, so now that we got those guys there, okay, so we got our road outpost, and then you could even drop another one over here if we wanted to, and I might do that at a later time, but just wanted to show you guys how it's done, right? Keep in mind things like bridges, okay? Bridges are destroyable, so keep that in mind when you're doing this kind of stuff. You could use that for a really cool mission. It looks like there's already some sort of outpost or something here that you could use that's pre-existing. You know, a little shack or something that you might be able to use for your defenses. When you're making your missions, really look down at the terrain because there's a lot of it that you can use. And don't get me wrong, this is extremely time consuming. It's a real pain in the backside, I'm not going to lie. Remember what I said? Always move your first unit first because the whole group's going to follow it. So wherever you put that first unit, make sure you're happy with it, okay? So let's see here. The first unit, we want to put him somewhere out of the way where we know he's safe, where we know he's not going to be a problem, and he's not going to make us angry. So let's see here. Maybe coming through. It looks like an entry gate right here. So let's take just this one. Turn it, kind of like that. And boom. All right, and now everything else after that, we can scatter all over the place. And just like we did before, what I typically will do is just sort of drop them in the general region. All right, we got a tarmac over there, so we're going to obviously need quite a few fuel trucks. Let's see here. Do we have a heliport anywhere? And that's the other thing. We can add a heliport, too. Maybe there's going to be one fuel truck over out that way. All right. You could have, you know, one of these areas be like a gas station. Well, we got a parking area here, so obviously we're going to want a fuel truck there. Let's see here. And this is the fire truck. All right. Oh, no, that's the refueler. Oops. That's the fire truck that I moved. Isn't it? Oh, darn. That's okay. So, you know, we'll just move them back. And let's see if we can tell what this structure is. I can't tell if that's a ramp or something. So we may be dropping... Well, no, there's a vehicle right there. So, you know, we could take our fire trucks here and just sort of line them up like this. I didn't realize these were the fire trucks. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. And you could still have one of them out there on deployment kind of thing, you know, on a mission. Maybe you had an aircraft with an engine fire. Some guy with a bad attitude who just needed a hose down. You know, sometimes it happens. The threat is real, boys and girls. All right, and then, you know, again, Humvees, same kind of thing. Sort of scatter them. Find your roads, you know, parking garages, things like that. And where these little vehicles come into play, obviously you're not going to probably have, your Hornets and things like that, or your MiGs, depending on what side you're going for here. You're probably not going to have them, going after Humvees. Where this is fun when you think about it is primarily, for me anyway, where I find the most enjoyment in these little vehicles is helicopter strikes. Especially if you're doing like the UH-1 or something like that. It makes it really convenient having a couple Jeeps out there, things going down the road that you can just sort of come in and strafe and, blow to what with the Hueys. If you need an HVT or something like that, you'll have them down, you can mark them. So there's kind of a bunch of cool different ways we could go with this. Let's put one out here. And like I said, this part is the most pain in the butt. So I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to set all this up real quick, and then I'll come back and see you guys so you don't have to watch all the boring stuff. Okay, so we're just about done here, but I want to show you what I mean about taking advantage of scenery objects. I didn't place this thing here, but check out what we can do with it. We can sort of use it to our advantage, right? And again, this may be something that you never notice. It may be something that you do, if you decide to come in low profile in a helicopter one day. Think about it. We got the Hind coming. We got the Apache coming. We already have the Gazelle and the UH-1 and the Black Shark, right? So, if you're rocking some helicopter action, this would be a nice place maybe for a helipad right here. You could take advantage of that space. And, you could really bring it to life. And so I just want to show you guys real quick what I mean by that. And so here we got, looks like this is a hangar. So we're going to be real careful about how we put vehicles here. Make sure that we don't take away our clearance. So put this guy like here. And what's this one? This one's the refueler. The other one was a fire truck. And then I think this one will sort of set off to the side. And then now, all we have left is put our little soldiers around. So check it out what you can do, all right? Simple things. Oh, still got to address those guys too, but we will. So, and those three there. Nice. Let's see here. One of them was parked near a gate. Was it this one? No. I just did it. Like literally right before you guys. Ah, gotcha. Okay. So here. So like we can take this guy here. And like I said, if you want to get real crazy, you can turn him towards, acting like a security checkpoint to a classified building maybe. And this is how I do it. It may sound silly, but this is exactly how I do this kind of stuff. I picture being there. Okay, what's this guy's purpose? What's this vehicle's purpose? And, I could be completely bogus. I don't know crap about the military when it comes down to it. I did not have the honor of serving. But let's see here. And maybe we can put, let's see here. So we got this action going on over here. Maybe new recruits or just picking up some, protective material. Because the odds are, these short guys here, they're not going to do a whole lot when it comes to damaging an aircraft. I don't know. If you get close enough, don't get me wrong. You get close enough, they'll mess you up. Absolutely. But, the idea behind it is just to create some ambience, not so much. And these guys are certainly not here for protection. Looks like we got another gate here. So, this could be like a double security area. They got some stuff here, man. Just sort of put those guys there. And then, maybe throw something down over here. We got quite a few guys. Put something here because this looks like actually like a taxiway. Because we have a hangar. Oh no, let's see, where was that hangar? It's over here, so that's taxiway. So it's a back taxi airport. That's not taxiway. Okay, cool. I don't think there's any way. Well, yeah. So we can throw a couple guys here. It looks like. Maybe someone. Again, you want to be cautious. That guy's probably going to get ran over, truth be told, when doing anything near the airfield. Well, let's just drop a couple of them over here. And again, just something to look at while you're getting your aircraft started. You've got, you know, soldiers standing there. You'd be surprised if you're not one who normally does this. I challenge you to do so, because you'll be surprised how much of a difference it makes when you're actually taking the time to look around the air bases, to, you know, you're wandering around or whatnot, you know, you're taxiing or waiting for, you know, startup or takeoff clearance. You'd be surprised how much just having little things like this will change how much fun you have in the sim. And as you can see, like I said earlier, it is an extreme pain in the hind end. It's the first time is a drag. It really is. But I'm going to show you guys a trick on how to save this for later too. And at the very least, it'll give you a nice starting point for your area. Okay, so real simple. Oh, I forgot about these boneheads. Oh yeah, that would have been bad. So let's see here. Let's do this. And we'll do this. Even though these are like, I think those are concrete roadblocks, but you know, they moved them. Yeah. Okay, and then again, take one of our soldiers. Maybe put it like that, right? And since we're here, you know, might as well have him facing the trucks, ready to put some weight down if things go south, right? Terrorists posing as UN soldiers. Okay, so we've basically got our base put together. We don't have to do a whole lot else. Maybe we move some things around, but now I'm going to show you guys how to make this work in a minute. How to save this for next time. So I'm going to show you something here. So actually what we're going to do, it's going to be crazy. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for the craziness? We're going to delete. We're going to delete. And I'm just going to start deleting everything but what we have down there. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we're just about done here, but I want to show you what I mean about taking advantage of scenery objects. You know, I didn't place this thing here, but check out what we can do with it. We can sort of use it to our advantage, right? And again, this may be something that you never notice. It may be something that you do. You know, if you decide to come in low profile in a helicopter one day, you know, I mean, think about it. We got the Hind coming. We got the Apache coming. We already have the Gazelle and the UH-1 and the Black Shark, right? So, you know, if you're rocking some helicopter action, this would be a nice place maybe for a helipad right here. You know, you could take advantage of that space. And, you know, you could really bring it to life. And so I just want to show you guys real quick what I mean by that. And so here we got, looks like this is a hangar. So we're going to be real careful about how we put vehicles here. Make sure that we don't take away our clearance. So put this guy like here. And what's this one? This one's the refueler. The other one's a fire truck. And then I think this one will sort of set off to the side. And then now, all we have left is put our little soldiers around. So check it out what you can do, all right? Simple things. Oh, still got to address those guys too, but we will. So, and those three there. Nice. Let's see here. One of them was parked near a gate. Was it this one? No. I just did it. Like literally right before you guys. Ah, gotcha. Okay. So here. So like we can take this guy here. And like I said, if you want to get real crazy, you can turn him towards, you know, acting like a security checkpoint to a classified building maybe. And this is how I do it. You know, it may sound silly, but this is exactly how I do this kind of stuff. You know, I picture being there. Okay, what's this guy's purpose? What's this vehicle's purpose? And you know, I could be completely bogus. I don't know crap about the military when it comes down to it. I did not have the honor of serving. But let's see here. And maybe we can put, let's see here. So we got this action going on over here. Maybe new recruits or just picking up some, you know, protective material. You know, because the odds are, you know, these short guys here, they're not going to do a whole lot when it comes to damaging an aircraft. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you get close enough, don't get me wrong, you get close enough, they'll mess you up. Absolutely. But, you know, the idea behind it is just to create some ambience, you know, not so much. And these guys are certainly not here for protection. Looks like we got another gate here. So, you know, this could be like a double security area. They got some stuff here, man. You know, just sort of put those guys there. And then, you know, maybe throw something down over here. We got quite a few guys. You know, put something here because this looks like actually like a taxiway. Because I mean, we have a hangar. Oh no, let's see, where was that hangar? It's over here, so that's taxiway. So it's a back taxi airport. That's not taxiway. Okay, cool. I don't think there's any way. Well, yeah. So we can throw a couple guys here. It looks like. You know, maybe someone. Again, you want to be cautious. That guy's probably going to get ran over, truth be told, when doing anything near the airfield. Well, let's just drop a couple of them over here. And again, just something to look at while you're getting your aircraft started. You've got, you know, soldiers standing there. You'd be surprised if you're not one who normally does this. I challenge you to do so because you'll be surprised how much of a difference it makes when you're actually taking the time to look around the air bases, to, you know, you're wandering around or whatnot, you know, you're taxiing or waiting for, you know, startup or takeoff clearance. You'd be surprised how much just having little things like this will change how much fun you have in the sim. And as you can see, like I said earlier, it is an extreme pain in the hind end. It's the first time is a drag. It really is. But I'm going to show you guys a trick on how to save this for later too. And at the very least, it'll give you a nice starting point for your area. Okay, so real simple. Oh, I forgot about these boneheads. Oh yeah, that would have been bad. So let's see here. Let's do this. And we'll do this. Even though these are like, I think those are concrete roadblocks, but you know, they moved them. Yeah. Okay, and then again, take one of our soldiers. Maybe put it like that, right? And since we're here, you know, might as well have them facing the trucks, ready to put some weight down if things go south, right? Terrorists posing as UN soldiers. Okay, so we've basically got our base put together. We don't have to do a whole lot else. Maybe we move some things around. But now I'm going to show you guys how to make this work in a minute. How to save this for next time. So I'm going to show you something here. So actually what we're going to do, it's going to be crazy. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for the craziness? We're going to delete. We're going to delete. And I'm just going to start deleting everything but what we have down there. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we have deleted everything on the map but this. And they're probably like, oh my gosh, you're crazy. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to Edit, Save Static Template. And for this, we need to title it, I think it was, yep, Megiddo. And I would title it Blue 4. Okay, and we're just going to copy that down. And you can always update this, but for right now I want to show you guys. So we're going to hit create. And now we're going to hit load. Now, yes, we want to lose all those changes, and we're going to go to user created. And, oh, actually, sorry. We're going to back up. YouTube. Go to our AO mission. Brings everything back. But now we lost everything we did at Megiddo. Hope I'm saying that right. But now we're going to go to Edit, Load Static Template. Megiddo Blue 4, load. And there it is. And we still have everything else that we did. So this is really handy. Now, this only works for the Blue 4. Okay, you wouldn't want to change this to another country. You'll get random units and things like that. But it's a very quick way to, again, load your fields, right? So, anyway, and you can do this after you've loaded static airplanes. Like we can start doing that here. Oh, did I have anything there? No, I guess not. Well, I guess I should have moved those. I forgot about these guys. So, from here, you know, again, it's just a matter of real quick adjustments. But anyway, again, another very nice way to do this very quickly. And similar size bases, you could always load in the same template if you wanted to. And then later on, you know, just move them around. But it makes that very, very simple. Okay, and then the same thing would go for loading in, you know, static aircraft, static planes. And so, for example, I didn't save this as a mission. So if I wanted to add to this template, an easy way to do that, we can just save this one for now. Okay, is we can come in and go to new again, right? Go to save or okay. And listen to my crazy kids in the background. And, oh, no, I don't want to do that. And we can go to edit. Again, load static template, select Megiddo or Megiddo. And then from here, we could start adding some other things down. Okay, and I know I just moved those around, but that's totally cool. And let's say we wanted to have, I don't know, maybe a static C-130 here. So we can come here to our static objects, and we can come to our planes. And let's find a C-130 cargo. All right, and we could drop this right here. Okay, and so return it. Okay, now we got a cargo aircraft here just sitting there chilling. If we wanted to have maybe not all of these in use, we could do, well, actually, there's no sense in doing that. Let's do this. Let's move this truck out of the way for a second. Let's lay some aircraft down here. So what I'm planning, envisioning this base is a short strike launch, right? Or maybe a ground attack. I mean, this is a pretty big hike. Now, this isn't our, remember, right about here is where our red zone starts. So this might be a decent place for A-10s to start out. But you have to remember that whatever our route is here, it's a back taxi. Okay, so there isn't a taxiway to one end of the runway to the other. We have to back taxi out. And so you want to take that into consideration. So, you know, something that might be a better way to go for here is maybe our employment of, you know, logistics, such as, you know, KC-135s or something. But that could be a little tough. So I think what I'm going to do, because of the type of base this is maybe make it a Harrier base. So let's go, oh, not helicopters. Helicopter might work. Well, let's do what I was going to do. Let's stick with the Harrier. Let's drop some Harriers down here. Easy enough to navigate and get around. And let's do this. And again, we can call these, this is where we'll give them a call sign. So from here, we'll give them like, let's see here. Let's just start with something cool. Blazer 1, right? And then this guy is going to be Blazer 1-1. Okay? And we're going to give him an empty loadout. Oops, I didn't realize I already set him down. Let's delete that waypoint. And let's do takeoff from ramp. And I like to always set the parking as accurate as I can. Okay, and so now we can just skip forward. Oh, why did he get the same? Oh, I see why. We don't want that then. So let's take that hyphen out. And then now we should get Blazer 1-2, 1-3, and 1-4. Okay? And again, it's wanting waypoints. We don't want to add waypoints yet, not until we decide. I'm a big proponent. There's mixed feelings on this. I'm a big proponent on learning how to enter in your own waypoints, right, and making that part of your game. And I know the aircraft, the data cartridges probably already have it, so don't get me wrong. I totally get it. If it's not your thing and you think they should already be there, you know, obviously, like I said previously, you can make your missions the way you want. We're going to copy and paste. And we're going to drag these guys in. Now I'm going to take out all but 2 of them. Actually, all but 1 of them. And now what we're going to do is go Blazer 2. And then here we're going to do the same thing. 2-1. And then we can add that one in. And 3 and 4. And 3 and 4 probably got added down to the other end of the runway over here. So we definitely got 1 of them over there. So let's find where that 4th one went. See, he's here. And you got to watch for this. Okay, what it did is it dropped it on top of our C-130. So we'll just move that off and move him back to number 1. So now we got 2 at the hot and ready, you know, at the quick launch area, and then 2 over here down at the ramp for a long back taxi, depending on what the wind direction looks like. Or if you keep them light enough, they can do a quick launch, all right? So anyway, guys, and so from here, we could do an edit again. And save static template. File already exists. Do you wish to overwrite this one? We're going to hit yes. Okay. And then now, if we want to, and that's how you can just keep on building as you build this airbase out and build the way you want. You can just keep on editing and adding to it. And it's real easy to do from a blank mission. You don't have to save the mission file. Not at all. And so now we can go back and hit yes. And we're going to go to YouTube and go back to our mission. Hit OK. Then as we're back in our mission, we're just going to load that template again. So edit, load static template, and boom. Okay, it's going to ask if you want to superimpose those units. You just tell it yes. And drop those guys right back on top. And so now we can even go and check it out. Let's see how our work has done. So from this point, the easiest way to actually look around is to come out here, go to spectators. Let's turn that off. And let's go to the F10 map. And we're going to select Megiddo. And we're going to hit F11. And now we can just sort of use our mouse wheel to accelerate the camera. And take a peek around everything we've done. Now we're not going to see the Harriers, obviously, because they're not spawned in. They're clients, right? But we can see everything else that we've done here. Here's our trucks. Here's our road outpost. And so you guys get the gist. It's pretty cool. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and stay tuned for the next one where we'll start taking a look at radio frequencies and pre-planning before we get into blowing things up.